was lucky enough to see the very first Doctor Who. I even know why much of the country didn't get to see it. A certain president got killed that day. So most of the country got to see the repeat the next day. That's history. 1963. William Hartnell was the Doctor, and as a kid I really enjoyed the show. As a teenager I really enjoyed the show. The originals, Sylvester McCoy, he was definitely my favourite of the original Doctors. Later, of course, David Tennant. He was good. He had the energy, he had the... Oh yeah, and I do ignore Christopher Eccleston. Because until... I'm getting to get there. David Tennant portrayed the role well. He was alien enough. He was mysterious enough, and eventually he became too powerful, as the Doctor could have been. So I liked that. Then I encountered the War Doctor and the 12th Doctor, who also became my other favourites. So I've got 4. 3? Yeah, look at the maths. I've been shopping, long day. There is a point to this. I don't enjoy the current incarnation of the Doctor. It just doesn't ring a bell for me. It just doesn't interest me like it used to. I don't want to denigrate today's viewers. I don't want to denigrate those who enjoy the show. I don't. Anyway, that brings me back to where I started from. I have for a while, but I now listen, more so than I used to the Adventures of Doctor Who, produced by BigFinish.com. Advertising promoted and not requested. They are good. They produce Doctor Who as I recall. Now grant you, they're now going into The Fugitive Doctor and Gerry Anderson stories and The Time Tunnel. But I recently heard something that tickled me good style. It felt like an old style episode of Doctor Who, as in the Jon Pertwee incarnation. Hang on, I want to get this right. It was written by Richard James and Nicholas Briggs, starring Tim Treloar as the 3rd Doctor, Daisy Ashford as Liz Shaw, and John Coleshaw, the Impressionist, as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Now, my reason for sounding passionate about this particular story is quite simple. It sounds like it should do. Let me read this bit, if I can, without disturbing the rest. Jeez. Okay. A newly exiled Doctor accompanies Liz Shaw and the Brigadier to a symposium held in an imposing treatment for memory loss and a possible cure for dementia. As the Doctor investigates sightings of strange and mythical creatures and ghosts are unleashed in the area, just what is happening to the energy produced by the MacLeod's revolutionary treatment, and what draws the Doctor to this treatment. What else does? Brigadier Alistair Lethbridge Stewart. Copyright Halcyon and Lincoln and used under license. Okay. Culshaw did a brilliant rendition, impression. It really felt like you were listening to an episode, a very early episode, a lost story from that period. I've gotten to enjoy audio more than visual of late. I do write stories. I do write my silly stuff as well. But hang on, sorry, my apologies. I guess this is a recommendation for bigfinish.com and particularly Doctor Who, the third adventures. Sorry, I said that wrong. Doctor Who, the third Doctor Adventures, John Pertwee, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain. I swear blind, no spoilers. This was probably one of the best Doctor Who stories I've heard for a long, long time. Hence, there's a word I'm missing and it's so obvious, it's unreal. Hence my enthusiasm. It felt like the Doctor Who I remembered from the 70s. The music was spot on. The production was pure Big Finish, which is good. Very good at times, but yeah, very good. The characters well drawn. I liked the character of Fiona Lynch. In all, the main protagonists were women. Yeah, except for the Brigadier, of course. And he was just as pompous as I would want. Yeah, sorry. I'm a Doctor Who enthusiast and I make no apologies for that. But this was good. I don't know who watches these and where and when and whatever, but I hope somebody else has watched this, listened to this. When I listen to an audio, a good one, I see it. I see it here. And I just figure we don't somehow I figure that I made a good choice when I chose to listen to bigfinish.com. They produce the Doctor Who stories I want to listen to currently. And I compliment them for that. Several times over. I'm enjoying them. It's like I was back to the 70s. This particular story. Far better than most. I'm not being a critic. I'm not going to tell you about the story. I will repeat the title. Doctor Who and the Brain Drain. It is a very typical story for the time, but it's been done very well. My admiration goes out to Nick Briggs, Tim Treloar for doing the best impression of the Third Doctor I've heard in my life. As for Daisy Ashford, she sounds like Liz Shaw. The cast was excellent. The story was good. It felt well placed and the music was perfect. I think Nick Briggs had a hand in much of the music. I'm not sure, but I'd lay bets on it. That's all I really wanted to say. If you want to listen to a good version of Doctor Who as it was, as it could be, then my advice would be, oh, and I'm not being paid for this. This is not an advertisement. This is a recommendation. I would suggest you go to Big Finish, log in and purchase Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain. If you like old style 1970s Doctor Who. You won't get the special effects. Well, you do, but it's not visual. Of course, it's oral. And for those who are mucky-minded, I'm spelling that A-U-R-A-L. It's brilliant. I've only got one other download I'd rate so highly, but I might get there another day. So bear with me. I've been a fan since '63 and this story just got me. I liked it. It's to be recommended. So yeah. Doctor Who, Third Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who and the Brain Drain. It's not too expensive. Relatively okay-ish price-wise. And I hope somebody listens. I hope somebody enjoys it half as much as I do. It's been released. I've heard 2/3 of it. And after I've eaten, I'm totally looking forward to hearing the rest. With a drink. And a smoke. Yeah. But I'm going to enjoy it. It's brilliant. Definitely to be recommended. Be well. Be warm.